Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Hey guys.
And this was our exclusive yesterday. As you can see, we were talking about, can you handle the truth, the shocking reality exposed? You know, I can't help but think that it's so much like what's going on right now is like this. We're pulling the curtain away from the great and mighty and terrible Wizard of Oz. Yes, pay no attention to the data scientists behind the curtain. The great and powerful AI has spoken without biases. I love that little meme. Oh, it's so true. Ask Grok a question. Ask, Chat GPT a question. Some rabbit holes could be fun. Other rabbit holes are a replay of what we've been hearing forever. The same old, same old. And again, AI is only as good as its programming. Smoke and mirrors. And so we had talked before about Dr. Joe, who is helping us with a big project here as we are in the process of, kind of cutting ties to some things. And so he is helping us with that. And this is Dr. Joe interviewing Richard M. Dolan back in the day. This is 15 years ago. When you look at some of the guests that he's had greats on there. He had Michael Tellinger on there. He had Project Camelot. Carrie Cassidy was on there. He's had some amazing guests back in the day. And, we're encouraging him. Here you go, Universal Talk with guest Michael Tellinger. Fun stuff. We're encouraging him to do it up again in 2025 style. It's the year of great changes. And so, we'll be hopefully getting some new material out there and, get them on that new path.
Yeah, so these guys have inspired me. I've been kicking the idea around about, relaunching the Universal Talk radio show and maybe doing some one-on-one distance healing. I've done all this in the past, but it was almost, again, like before its time, like before the technology was ready for it. And now, as I'm watching Mike and Cindy here, I mean, it's really inspiring to get me back into things again. And it's really exciting. So, I don't know if you guys can put in the comments, what do you think? Is this something that would be of interest to this audience? And let Mike and Cindy know if you think this is something you'd want to see.
I see two very, very gifted men on each side of me here. I mean, they're both extremely powerful. They're very powerful healers, each with their own way, and they're absolutely amazing. And Joe has come here to help us do some things that are very specialized that otherwise we would not be able to do on our own. So we are extremely grateful. So anyone, I think Joe's going to set up like a Ko-Fi or something. We will figure it out and get a link. But anyone who wants to help Joe help us, that's also very much appreciated. But we really want to help Joe get launched and, eventually have his own space and have his own business because his energy needs to be out there. This is the Great Awakening. You guys are helping us support that Great Awakening. And we all need to do this together. Everybody has their part, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, there's this dawning of a new consciousness that's happening now. So, as we uncover more and more things that we find out weren't so accurate, and just wanted to talk about something, again, that was one of those things, as we've shared in the past, about Denisovans in what they call Neanderthals. Well, they've given us this picture of beings that were humanoid, but almost like monkey men, not necessarily highly intelligent, even though, they have a higher brain capacity than we do. They were physically stronger. They seem to be better adapted to the environment here on the planet. And, they try to paint this picture that they were, just simply some sort of missing link almost between, where we come from, which again, they tell us we're coming from monkeys, and where we're going and where we are currently. The reality is, again, when we look closely, we see that there is a second chromosome fusion, which is certainly curious. It doesn't appear to be anything that would happen naturally. It has to be some sort of intervention there. And again, what we've called junk DNA is not junk DNA. It seems like somebody left us with bare minimal programming to operate in this 3D reality. So again, they've always painted this picture of the Denisovans and Neanderthals as being less than us, even though physically, again, more adapted, bigger, thicker, stronger bones, a bigger brain. Why would we think that they were less than us? And then from Cindy doing her channeling, we've discovered very, very curious things. Now, science is coming out and saying, well, wait a minute, maybe we had some things a little bit wrong. There are some studies that have been done that have proven very, very interesting. Again, Neanderthals and Denisovans live on in us as humans. Some humans, it depends on where you're from and your background, you may have more or less of their genes in you. But, they do go on in us. And what really was the situation? This one's interesting, skin color and vitamin D, an update. And looking at what we've gotten from Denisovans and Neanderthals, quantifying the contribution of Neanderthal integration into the heritability of complex traits, these studies, the more we uncover, the more we realize we had a wrong, inaccurate picture of them. Now, Neanderthals had blue eyes and blonde hair, and some of them may have had green eyes and red hair. Wait a minute, what's going on? Yeah, it turns out maybe they were a little bit more like Brad Pitt, than the monkey down at the zoo. Hello, what's really going on here? And we did do a Patreon in which we shared what we had found, which was when you look to Tartaria and you look to the buildings and this great celebration of being able to construct things that are just so intricate, so detailed. It's a celebration of creation is what it is. Well, who created those buildings? What we've gotten was it was the Neanderthals, Denisovans, CRO-MAGNON, and others, along with ETs, and other beings, again, that were here on the planet that are, I guess you could say, native to the planet, just simply living in areas that are quarantined off from most of humanity that's here in this dark system.
Oh, the deceit runs so deep. And I was just talking with Mike and Joe this morning. I'm like, well, how many times are they going to have to rewrite the history books, rewrite the science books? I can't imagine how many pages are having to get burnt yet again and children having to relearn it. It takes me back to a very traumatizing school that I went to because everything that I thought I was supposed to do turned out to be wrong. The school system, like red check mark after red check mark after red check mark. So I saw things differently, way differently than anyone else. So I really don't think I was a horrible student now. I think I just knew what was going on. So, and now, I think this is a little more truthful. I'm looking at the eyes and looking at the clearness of the eyes, and the pineal gland in these beings is very powerful. Now, I don't think they had to use a lot of language. I think their language is more telepathic, like our pets. However, they can speak to the birds, they can speak to the water, they can speak to the trees. Very interesting beings and very gifted.
Yeah, so to me, it's up to the imagination in my mind, because aside from having a frozen being back in that time, you have an artist's rendition. Of course, now we have AI that could kind of create what it may look like. But again, how do we know what color the eyes were or the color of the hair, and more specifically, the facial features, especially like the nose? I mean, how would we know that the nose is that broad or flattened, and the skin tone, color, the melanin within it? I guess you could, again, guess. In this area of the world, again, things have changed, though. Things are cyclical. So on one hand, Africa might have been a frozen tundra at one particular time. So how do we actually know what these things look like? I mean, again, it's just like they keep rewriting, keeping us guessing, and we think it's a reality when it's really just a theory.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because we actually have maps that show lakes in the Sahara. And so how rapidly did that really happen? And, the reality is when you give a set of lies and put them off as truth, you're going to have to give more lies to cover up the original lies. And this is exactly what we have. When you tell the truth from the get-go, the truth won't change. But lies do. And this is what we have. So, again, why are they looking more like they're Nordic Pleiadians right now? Well, the reality is, the Earth, again, is a refugee planet. It is a refugee planet with humanoid beings from many different planets and star systems that have come here to have a fresh start and to start over and to repopulate this planet after it was destroyed as Tiamat by the Dark System. So again, just one more thing that won't stand the test of time as far as a falsehood that has been put off as a truth. Again, science. Everybody is starting to realize science is sales. Lobbying is bribery. And it's all legal. And this is, again, what the system is doing and how the system has to always correct itself because it's passing off, lies for truth.
Mm-hmm. And, you always have to ask the question, like, how is this information helping me? What can I do with this information? Well, it's helping you because you're gonna have to ask the question, well, what are they lying to us about now? What are the things I'm putting in my body? What kind of work that am I doing that could be having an adverse effect on me? What am I learning in school? They have the ability to push all of this information inside of us and twist our belief systems in such a way that it gives them the benefit. So this is how it helps us step back, take our power back, and realize who we are.
Yeah, I realize it could be enough to get you to close your eyes and say, I want to wish this all away. Take me away. You remember Calgon, take me away. Well, again, Calgon was probably poisonous too. That's, again, look to what you are subjecting your body, again, which is your temple too, because so much of this world is just full of toxins and also illusions passed off as realities. So I just really wanted to just share that briefly with you guys. And, let us know if you want to hear more from Dr. Joe. Again, he is helping us with a side project here, and he's been invaluable. And we've enjoyed having him probably for, at least 6 to 12 videos over the course of the years that we've done together. As always, guys, we welcome you to Patreon. Exclusives up there each week. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.
Love, light, and laughter, and namaste.